The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian Kenzie on Q101. He's found this on Reddit. An advertisement of someone. Here's the title of. Here's how this thing went down as far as what they're looking for. Need a fake kid to piss off my wife.
I'm locked in already.
Need a fake kid to piss off my wife.
I say I don't know what his intention is off the bat.
Well, let's go through it here. He says, my wife and I were watching Elf together, and we saw the part where Buddy, Will Ferrell's real dad, James Caan, tells his wife about Buddy. And his wife, Mary Steenburgen, gets excited about this surprise adult kid that pops into their life from a time before they knew each other.
I've always thought that was insane. Everybody else would be like, what? No, thank you.
It was very smooth in the movie, in Elf. I guess they didn't want to do a big side arc and take the movie a different direction if she got really mad.
Divorce. I mean, it's good because, like, he obviously didn't cheat on her, and she's aware of that, but still.
Correct.
Yeah.
He says, I point out to my wife that it's a little unbelievable, to your point, Kenzie, that Mary Steenburgen would be immediately on board with this with no repercussions or no anger.
Or a question, God forbid, who did you have a child with?
Yeah, right?
Not one question?
He says, I then comment that she, my wife, would actually be really mad in this situation, even if I genuinely did not know this kid existed and it was conceived way before I met her. She denies that. She thinks she'd take it just like an elf, but I know my wife. So he says this. We're in our early 40s and we've been married 10 years, together for 12. So this is his request. I need a 20-ish kid to knock on the door and tell me they're my kid and that they just wanted to meet me. Got to be convincing and really talk about how your mom and I were once really happy before she died of something tragic. He says, quote, dealer's choice. You can make up whatever you want on that part.
Dealer's choice.
Artist interpretation.
Acting challenge.
The ad ends, job pays $100. So he's looking for somebody, 20-ish, for $100 to go to the door and do that, and the elf just be the elf scene and see how his wife reacts if she would just be all like,
I'll do it. I'm 29. How much is it paying?
$100. $100.
What's his number?
Yeah. I think this is hilarious, and it makes me think about things you've done when you're having a conversation with your significant other and they see something like that in a movie and think it's sweet or whatever, but how you'd really react in real life, and especially when you bring it up in that point. There's no way it would go like it did in Elf.
I'm honest with myself. I'd be a bitch about it.
Even if, like I said, no. Well,
Sorry.
I thank you for being honest with yourself,
Yeah.
Kenzie.
I am. Sorry.
That's good self-awareness.
we
don't
also,
do it.
we can be honest and know that was the answer that was coming.
We just saved an hour of the show by you admitting that you would be a bitch about it and not dancing around it.
Yep, I'm going to come out the gate swinging on that one. No, thank you.
But it's an interesting question in looking at your bitch in the situation of it.
Yes.
It was way before he met you.
Yeah.
He had no idea they existed. And I think that happens, I don't know, maybe 15% of our audience said that happened to him, maybe.
15%?
I know
a kid that they didn't know.
I think 15%.
It's different to meet somebody with a kid than already be together and a kid shows up. I'm
Correct.
good. I've done enough. That's how I feel.
And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a surprise kid.
Yeah, no thank you.
Anybody have a surprise kid out there? Check in at 312-591-8300.
I actually know somebody this happened to. They were away, they got together later in life, and it was kind of a different dynamic. Not that it's wrong, but he was younger. He was in his 40s. They had a 20-year age difference. She was in his 60s, which is abnormal typically, right? And this daughter comes along, and at first
This daughter comes
I swear
along.
to God.
This hoe.
Yeah, this how no. But and the woman was very you should have a relationship with her because she was 20-something years old, no big deal. But she ended up getting really jealous of their relationship because all of a sudden he was like, well, I'm going to go do all of this stuff with my adult daughter. And
Who
he
we
was
just
gone
met.
all the time.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, we still have a life together. They ended up getting a divorce. And she was
What?
not. They got a divorce and they'd been there a long time. But she ended up just being like, well, you can't just only spend time with her because he got on this let me make up for lost time kick.
Sure.
And even though she was actually not jealous at all, it still led to divorce.
Now, I've had, I got married later in life, and I've had these kind of, I don't know if I would call them a nightmare, but certainly some visions of a kid just showing up at the door one day, hey, by the way, you're my dad. And that just kind of obviously could have happened somewhere along the way.
Right. you know, because you've slept with people. So there's that. But like,
I wasn't a virgin when I got married a couple years ago. Okay. Oh, shocking.
Cover your ears. No, but I will say there's not many benefits to being a woman. Usually, when you're looking at the situation, it usually comes up, you know. But like as a girl, at least you're not like, what if a kid shows up that I didn't know about? You don't have that.
Unless you're one of those Walmart stories where the woman has a baby in the bathroom and they didn't know they were pregnant.
Oh, those suck. Huh?
Those happen all the time.
And there's 15% of our audience, according to Brian, has had a baby in the bathroom unexpectedly.
I'll tell you what, phone lines lighting up right now. Phone lines lighting up. Case is taking the phone calls off the air. I just said I think 15% of our audience has had a surprise kid show up at the door. Like
and
an
this
elf.
isn't surprise kid like, oh, I'm surprised I'm pregnant. This is you are married with a family and a different kid walks up to your door that you've never met before. Surprise kid.
Yeah, the birth already happened and some kind of growing up.
Not like, I'm surprised we're pregnant. That does not count.
All right, Caitlin's checking in. Caitlin's checking in from Crown Point. Ahoy, Caitlin, what's going on?
So, got married, got home from our
She's getting
honeymoon.
right into it. I love it.
Right into it.
Okay, you got married and you got home from your honeymoon?
Yep, went and picked up our mail, and there was a legal document in there serving us papers for my husband to be the father of a 5-year-old little boy.
What?
And how long had you been together?
4 years.
4 years. So this previous, yeah, literally right before I met him. That happened.
What did you, Brian?
I just took a guess at 4 years.
What did you do?
I was like, all right, well, let's see what we got going on here, see what our, legal responsibilities are, and talk to a lawyer, and, yeah, we went and got partial custody of him.
Oh.
Wow.
Do you like him?
Yeah. Love him. Now he's, he's almost 12 now, and he's a jerk.
Yeah, I get that.
That teenager.
Well, that's different. That's just teenager. So, wow. So that is wild because it happened just before you started dating. Literally, if it's 5 years to 4
2 months
years.
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was his girlfriend previous to me. Yep.
Oh, fun seeing her, huh?
Now, how is it?
Oh, yeah, it's wonderful. And, I mean, what a great way to start your marriage, right? I mean, it really put us through the ringer, but you know what? We came out stronger.
God bless you. He's lucky he married you.
I got to say, you're right, because that is certainly some people would, 90% of Chicagoans would have bailed in that situation.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot to take in.
I have all the stats on this
That's
information.
a whole new definition to honeymoon baby.
Yeah.
Totally different definition.
100%.
Oh, wow.
How do you get along with the mom, if you don't mind me asking?
We do not communicate.
There you go.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. No, that is like court ordered that we do not have communications because we do not get along.
Oh, see, that's fine, though, because it's all about your relationship with him. That's as long as you can separate. I always say that. You don't necessarily, people act like you have to be like best friends and like get cocktails with the person you co-parent with. You don't, as long as you realize the kid's a separate person. That's the most important part, and you just keep it at that.
Exactly.
Amen,
Yeah,
girlfriend.
exactly.
Well, thank you for sharing that. See, you kind of proved my point that 15% of our audience, we had a lot of calls, but about 15% of them had this happen.
It happens.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So we're talking about the Elf situation, the movie Elf, where Buddy shows up in the life of a married couple that didn't know he existed. It wasn't a cheating situation. It's when a kid shows up in your life later on. And I think about 15% of our audience probably had this happen. Maybe it's even more based on the calls we've gotten. So Yasmin's checking in and says she's going through this right now with a potential father. Well, let's get the whole situation from Yasmin. Ahoy, and welcome into the show so you can explain from the beginning and how it's going on right now, what's happening.
Yeah, so it's a lot. So my mom has 4 kids by 4 different guys. And,
hold on. Stop right there.
Oh.
4 kids, 4 different dads.
Don't be judgy,
Yes.
Brian.
Not judging, just saying that's incredible. by
No,
the
she
way.
was busy.
Yeah.
But I was raised by one of my brother's dads as like his own child. And then when I was like a teenager, found out he actually wasn't my real dad. And my mom always told me it was this other guy that I knew as like an uncle sort of figure. But he was like not really in the picture. But I always had someone else's last name, like a whole different person's last name that I never really knew.
So you didn't have your mom's last name or the man that you thought was your father's last name?
No, a totally different person's last name.
Okay.
Just Smith.
Right, yeah, so Smith, yeah. But my mom also had this last name, so I just kind of like, it was just weird. I guess she never changed it back, but she married both of these men, the one that raised me and my supposed bio dad, twice. So she was crazy. They married her and divorced her 2 times.
Oh.
Whoa.
Yeah, she was like, she must have had something, I don't know.
So you must be her first child then.
No, I am her third.
So wait, she married and divorced your dad twice and you didn't know it was your dad?
So they divorced the second time when I was 2 years old. She came home and said, he was raising me thinking I was his.
So you had the second divorce by the time you were 2?
She was divorced 4 times by the time I was 2.
Got it.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Kenzie, can you write this all down on the wall on a spreadsheet?
Well, I'm trying to follow.
For real. But no, so I always had this guy's last name. And when I was 2, she came home and was like, she's not your daughter. I had a DNA test and he like got divorced, whatever. She faked the DNA test, by the way. She like forged the documents. And
wow.
So wait.
Yeah, not in court, just like to show him and be like, she's not your daughter. I'm leaving you. Bye.
Okay.
What about the other kid? Who was that kid's father?
So his dad he married her again. My brother's dad married my mom again to raise the son together. And then he was like, well, since now you have this daughter, it's just easier to raise them all as siblings. So I'll raise her as my own.
Okay.
And so he's like, I consider him my dad. Like we talk all the time. I call him my dad. Like that's my dad.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it's like, it's the work you put in. It's not like blood isn't like,
right.
To me, the dad that is your dad that raised you. Like,
amen.
You can't choose your parents. You can't choose the blood. You can only choose the people that take care of you, right?
Exactly. And he really did. Like, he put me through school. Like, he really did above and beyond, like, what he ever needed to do with my mom, who's, like, psycho. Okay. But, like, a couple months ago, I was just on Facebook, and, like, in the recommended, it was like, you might know this person, and it's the guy whose last name I had. So I added him, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you, like, know me, but I think, like, I have your last name. I think you're, like, my dad. And he was like, oh, my God, of course I remember you, like, whatever. He's lived in the same neighborhood of me like my entire life. So we start talking again. He's super nice. He's like a really sweet guy. My mom just was like really horrible to these men, like good men too. Like not like she was just so horrible.
Now, may I ask, just to double back and fact check, you have this guy's last name, and this is the man that your mom was married to and divorced around twice, and was divorced around 2 years old. Well, of course he remembers you. He was an adult.
I know, but like, I don't know. He might have tried to like block that part of his life out. Okay. Like, knowing my mom, the trauma she puts people through, I wouldn't be surprised.
By the way, before you finish this up, Yasmin, that Sherry just checked in from Addison and said she thinks she's your mom.
No, stop it.
No, she's not.
No, Sherry said me and my neighbor in Addison, we both think we're your mom, both of them. That's where the story's going.
No, but so I met him and his wife a couple weeks ago. They were so sweet. We went out to dinner. They were super nice, super welcoming and warm. They live like 20 minutes away from me, and then we started talking. I talk to them like every day now. We did the DNA test on Saturday. They said it takes about 5 days, so tomorrow or Monday.
Oh my God!
I guess I'll know. It's been like a very crazy week. So I heard you guys. I was dropping my son off at school, and I heard your story, and I was like, I have to call in. This is insane.
You have to call in. You should have called in before we talked about this, just to tell us.
It's funny. I texted you guys before when you were doing a hot mom thing.
Yeah.
And I actually texted you being like, oh, my mom's a stripper. I relate because all my friends, that was me.
Oh my God.
Shocking information.
You're like my bestie. We've had great conversations.
Yeah.
So my other, just one more question as a brief follow-up. The reason you're getting the DNA test, though, is because your mom came to the door and said, it's actually not your kid to him, correct? That's why.
Right. Correct.
Got it.
Correct. With a fake DNA test.
With a fake one. Got it. Nailed it. I just wanted to double check.
Only faked by saying this is a fake test, like by handwritten on the DNA test, not through any kind of blood.
She went through like a computer. She forged documents my whole life. Like she would forge like doctor's notes, leases, credit scores, like whatever you needed, she would.
Your mom needs a reality show that I would watch every week.
And you don't know, that's not even like the tip of the iceberg.
It has to be.
That's not even the tip of the ice. There's so
No, there
much.
can't be anything else.
Oh, there's so much. No, I literally have like a spreadsheet of like timelines that I'm trying to like piece together. So if anyone's listening who's like a private investigator, I need you.
Wait, can you not find her now?
No, I can find her, but like there's so many timelines. Like so the dad that raised me, he said if the DNA test is negative, then he knows some possible other options, but he doesn't want to tell me who because I either know them and he doesn't want to stir the pot.
All right. So, okay.
We're going to need you to call us back a couple times.
Yeah, I was forget about this one. Every day at 8:10 for 2025, we're talking to you, okay?
Right.
Case, I'm putting her on hold. Get her information. I'm not.
Case is going to get your. Don't hang up when we put you on hold. Case is going to get your
Yeah.
information so we can hire you to just tell stories.
We're going to fork some documents in your name.
We don't need to do show prep anymore. This is going to be it for the rest of the
This
year.
is the show.
This is it.
Talk show, right? Yeah, my story. I need a book, seriously.
No, you need a reality show.
No, my mom needs a book.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Hang on.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. I discovered something this week that truly changed my life, and I know I'm going to live to 100 now. And I don't think it will be shocking to most people out there. In fact, they'll probably can't figure out why I just discovered this. But over the break, before we started dieting, I figured I'm just going to cash in on a lot of things I want to do. For example, I wanted to make cherry Kool-Aid. I haven't had Kool-Aid in a long time. This was Friday. I'm like, we're going to start changing our lives. We're going to diet. I'm going to pour a bunch of sugar and make some Kool-Aid. I did that on Friday. And I took it into our bedroom because I was going to get something, and I spilled the Kool-Aid on our bed.
Oh, God. Every day I pray for Megan. Every day.
You should. But I cleaned it up myself. I tried to. So I took all the stuff off. It was late in the day, too. So I went in the washer, and I needed a pillow for our bed. And I went to our guest room, and my mother-in-law likes the gel memory foam pillows. Mm-hmm. So I hate those. So I threw it on my bed. I go, we have no other pillows. I need a pillow. I used the memory foam pillow.
Because I spilled Kool-Aid.
On the other pillow.
Just for reference, he's not a 12-year-old hosting this radio show.
Well, what I was going to say was, it sounds like something that Kenzie's 10-year-old son would do.
Yes.
Not Brian.
I just wanted to have Kool-Aid with sugar in it before we started the diet on Friday.
On my bed.
And I wanted to lay down in my bed and drink it.
What were you going to watch while you were having the Kool-Aid?
We don't have a TV in the bedroom, but I did
that's right. I forgot you're weird about that.
But I had my phone. I was catching up on The Walking Dead, which I also stumbled into.
You were watching The Walking Dead on your phone?
In your bedroom.
It's
and
a
by the
cinematic
way,
show.
Then put a TV in your bedroom. If you're just going to pull up your phone with TV on it, you're doing the same thing.
But I don't want a TV in the bedroom. And
You just want to pull up TV on your phone in the bedroom.
I don't often do it, but I had the Kool-Aid there, and I wanted to lay in my bed and be alone for a few minutes.
Yeah, Liv Moss, as I always say.
And I wanted to binge a little bit of the first season, which is the best season of The Walking Dead. So I did that, and I spilled the Kool-Aid. I had to take the pillow out and throw it in the wash. And then I had to grab the guest room pillow, which I did not like, but it's all I had. It's the only option I had. And I slept on this memory foam pillow. You know, they're harder. You just sit your head back on them.
They're not hard.
Well,
they foam to you.
Correct, but would you use a memory foam or use a real pillow?
Right, I use like a memory foam one.
You do use one.
I have the what is it, like My Pillow or whatever? It's like bamboo. I have like a bamboo pillow.
You have the My Pillow guy? You have his pillows?
I don't think it's his. I think
he's on a bad track lately.
You want to hear something crazy? Is my mom was in all the My Pillow commercials.
Wait a minute.
I know.
I want to finish my story, but what?
She did all the TV commercials for My Pillow.
She's like in them like an actor.
Like now?
In it.
Yeah.
Where was she on January 6th?
Okay, relax. Hey, it's an acting gig. Not allowed.
Hey, the money all pays the same, right? Did she like lay her head on the pillow in the commercial?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I have these bamboo. What are they called? I have a bamboo pillow. I think they're just called bamboo.
I think they're called bamboo pillows.
Yeah, I have that.
So we always go to Costco and just buy pillows because they're super cheap. I like the pillow where you take your head in and you're laying on a cloud. It goes.
No, you hit mattress. Your pillow's so flat.
I love that. I love like a big fluffy feather pillow. Mm-hmm. But what I realized is, after years of hating on memory foam, I slept better. I woke up with my neck feeling rejuvenated. I jumped out of bed and I ran like da-da-da-da-da-da. And I felt my jaw didn't click. I have a clicking jaw.
Yeah.
A TMJ, I think it's called, or whatever.
What? Not everything has an acronym. We already covered this earlier.
It was a GYATT jaw.
I had a gyatt jaw.
He just spells like cracking. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's the word cracking.
So what I've discovered is that memory foam pillows are incredible.
Tell you what, if you had a memory foam bed, that Kool-Aid wouldn't have spilled.
Nah, it still would have spilled.
No.
I
Have you ever
spilled
seen
it.
the commercials where you jump on your phone and the wine stays in place?
I did not put the glass down on the bed and jump on
How'd
it.
you spill it everywhere?
Just getting in the bed. I was just getting in.
Momentum happened.
I just got in. Yeah. I'm a big guy.
Imagine how full the glass was. Just an
I
idiot.
know.
It was a Stein. It was one of those like you see on Oktoberfest. Full of Kool-Aid. It was that big. It was a lot of Kool-Aid.
I bet.
It was a big spill.
You're a big guy.
It was a huge spill.
You went from, oh yeah, to, oh no, so fast. Oh no.
I got some of it out of my mouth, the Kool-Aid. All of it didn't spill. But I slept on memory foam out of necessity, survival, and I discovered that I love those pillows. And now I haven't taken the other one back to the other guest bed there, and I'm doing memory foam from now on, and I think it's going to change everybody's life if you don't do it. Do most people do memory foam pillows?
I don't. What kind of pillow do you have, Case?
I don't have one. I have just a like $8 pillow from Target. I haven't bought a pillow since Obama was in office.
when
I'm
I
not a
see-
pillow guy.
What?
I hate when I see people's little flat ass pancake pillows. I'm like, just sleep on the mattress. So why is it there?
I've never invested in a nice pillow. To me, it's not something that's worth spending money on. Get me the most generic pillow you got. I'll get comfortable myself.
You spend a third of your life with your head on that.
Brian,
What are you in the
You
My
didn't-
Pillow commercials now?
what are you talking? You just 4 seconds ago didn't like good pillows. Don't tell me.
No. I didn't like memory foam. I liked a big fluffy feather pillow. Now
Yes.
I just you don't like a feather pillow?
They don't offer support. Your head just sank. Your big ass head is bam.
Your head's pretty big too.
Really?
Not really. That was mean.
It
My-
was me.
But I mean, a big feather pillow is so nice. It doesn't always hit the mattress. It goes through and it surrounds your head, kind of gives like a little hoodie feel
Because
to it.
it's surrounding your head because your head's touching the mattress and it's poofing
It's
to
not all the way
sides.
through. There's some feathers under my head, and I like to lay flatter. But I didn't realize I love memory foam.
I know
love
it's very
it.
good for you.
I didn't know that because I first sat on one. It's hard. It's harder than a feather pillow. So I was like, oh, this sucks.
You know, because you molds. You gotta give it
Yeah.
a second.
I mean, there's some that actually have a headrest in them, like kind of they're dented.
Yeah.
I didn't have that. It's just a regular standard like Costco gel memory foam pillow.
Well, if you give that pillow like a good week, it'll probably start to have a dent in it.
Yeah. I just want to make sure everybody knew that don't sleep on sleep on memory foam. Yeah, don't sleep on not getting yourself a pillow. They're amazing. How many well, you haven't gotten a new pillow since Obama?
I don't think so. I can't fathom the idea of spending money on a pillow. I've got one. It works. I sleep every night.
What made you buy one because Obama was in office?
It was unrelated to Obama.
I see.
It was merely a timeline. I was
I
merely
see.
painting a picture.
I thought he says something that like inspired you.
I gotta go to
An
Walmart.
endorsement.
We're going to put new pillows in every household in America, and everybody clearly is going to have a better life going forward. If everybody gets a pillow, that's our first step in recouping this recession that happened, and I'm going to get everybody happy.
I didn't know if he had like an initiative that helped people get pillows.
It was Obamacare, and then second was get everybody a pillow.
Yeah.
I think the 14th page of Obamacare had a free pillow on it.
That's right.
I think that on there. I'm curious about people's pillow routine, what it is. I buy a new pillow every 2 months. We probably buy,
You buy a
six,
pillow every 2 months?
probably 6 pillows a year.
I don't have that sort of income. I don't
I'm
know what
sorry,
job you
what?
have.
They're like $15 at Costco. I like to
Why
get new
are you
ones.
buying so many of them?
What are you doing to the pillows?
Because
You put a cover on it, then you wash that.
to your point, I guess my head mashes them down and the feathers don't go anywhere anymore. They're
God,
all
those feathers are fighting for their life.
Yeah.
Brian's pillow.
Yeah, so the memory foam though, I'm not going to buy those as often because they are firmer.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to. That's an odd amount of pillows to buy.
How many when's the last time you bought a new pillow?
It's been years for me. My bamboo
Years?
one. Yeah, my bamboo one works great. I put a pillowcase on it.
But you sweat
I
at
don't
night.
raw dog it.
I know, but you still sweat through the pillowcase. It
No,
gets
you
yellow.
don't. Why are you sweating at night? What are you doing?
Don't you worry about what I'm doing at night.
Why are you sweating?
Everybody gets hot at night. That's why I try
I
to
have
cool
a
down.
silk pillowcase for my skin and hair, and I don't get sweaty. And I wash that at least once a week.
God, you gotta get more pillows more often than that.
No.
That's gross. There's germs in there.
Think about how much money you'll save, Brian, by not buying pillows every 2 weeks. You'll be able to buy a Rolls Royce here pretty soon.
How come the most you've sweat in your life is while you're sleeping? Because you don't work, like during the day, you're not sweating because you're not working out or anything. And then at night, what? Your legs hit an elliptical in your sleep?
I do a lot of.
Tossing and turning, twitching.
I am a
spasming.
twitcher. I'm a big twitcher. I don't know. I'm curious. Our audience, when's the last pillow you bought? And also, are you a memory foam or a feather person? Because this is going to change your life.
Texting in all of that information.
No, do it all.
Honest.
Text it. I want 1,000 texts to
You can
Kenzie
keep
right now.
that to yourself.
No, I
This is
wanna know.
interesting. I don't need to know that at all.
I just discovered memory foam pillows, and I want to make sure everybody knows how amazing they are.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Talking about how I just discovered memory foam pillows for the first time ever. I had tried them years ago and just didn't like the hardness. I like a big, feathery, fluffy pillow to fall on my head to just fall into like a cloud.
Princess and the Pea over here.
But thank God I spilled Kool-Aid on the feathery pillow. Had to replace it with a memory foam, and now I'm a memory foam guy.
There you go.
That's what I'm going to be. 2025, baby. Let's make some changes. Text came in from Kelly. Hate memory foam. Anything pillows, especially memory foam mattress. I like to move while I'm sleeping, and memory foam won't let me move. You do get kind of stuck in that pattern sometimes. I don't like a mattress. I'm not sure I'm ready for that. Maybe I need to try that, and I'd like that now.
I get stuck no matter what because our bed indents where my husband lays because there's a big size discrepancy between the two of us. So anytime he gets to the bed, I roll into the pit.
But it's not memory foam, right?
I don't know. It's something squishy. I guess it's something comfortable.
Let's see. Jason checked in. You guys do it all wrong. There is a pillow that is cold memory foam, and then use a silk pillowcase over that. You'll wake up just wonderful with a quote, morning wood, as he says.
I don't think I'll wake up with morning wood.
You won't.
No matter how cold the pillow.
You sure?
You would like that, Brian. You need a cold pillow.
I like cold. I like to be cold at night.
Wouldn't that make it be smaller for you guys if it was chilly?
It doesn't work that way with shrinkage. The cold, like a cooler mattress and cooler.
Like if you're colder, wouldn't it just be small?
Most of the 99% of the time, you're correct,
Okay.
but not in the sheets. The cold, for some reason, doesn't.
Cold sheets don't matter?
Well, I think it's because there's a warm person hopefully coming in, and you see that coming, and then your brain goes, aha. And
In
then,
your bed every night?
yeah, I have one every night.
In your bed?
In my bed, I have a nice, warm, beautiful person. Besides me, I mean. Not me. I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about Megan. Who's getting in the bed.
So you just have a boner every night, like even if you're not doing anything?
Well, yeah.
Even if you're not going to do anything?
Well, I assume it's going to happen.
I know.
You're just hoping and praying.
Come on. This is the night.
Come on.
This is it.
Okay.
Blowing on a pair of dice. Come on. This is my night.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.
Kenzie on Q101. It's something we do every year on the show where we go through, right at this time, they're released this first week of the license plates, the vanity plates that were rejected by the state of Illinois. We've gone through Indiana's, actually. They came in earlier. Before Christmas, we had Indiana's, and now these are Illinois. So I wasn't aware, and this sounds like a big number to me, that 60,537 requests for vanity or personalized license plates occurred in 2024 in Illinois. That's a lot. I've never had a vanity plate. I think your husband has a vanity plate, doesn't he, Kenzie?
Yes. Yep. A Cubs one.
Okay.
It's just our last name, Roman. Cubs. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what's the Cubs part on it? Is it
Like the license plate is Cubs, so it's like blue and red writing. The logo is on it. Like, yeah, they have like their own plate.
And you go through the state to get that?
Yeah.
So I didn't know you could do that with like every sport or with every team. You can do that.
I don't know if every team offers it. Maybe that's like you got a collab, like a Supreme collab with the local government.
What?
Because I feel like I don't see a lot of Sox plates out there.
No.
I've seen them though.
Okay, they exist?
Absolutely, because the only Sox fan in the entire neighborhood has one.
Can I ask a question about your vanity plates, Kenzie?
Yes.
So it's your last name.
Uh-huh.
Are you afraid that you'll be identified?
Terrified.
Okay.
I don't do vanity plates. I get so upset when I'm on the road and I don't need that following me.
Yeah.
Actually, I used to make the joke that when I was in Tampa that like I should put the competition's radio on my license plate because I'm such a bad driver. And like, I'm never listening to them again.
Not a bad strategy.
Exactly. So my husband's
You might want to put the mix on your car right now.
Exactly. As I flip people off.
93.1, something.
Yeah. Hey,
Son of a
WXRT. With that WXRT driver that's super hip and cool. Sure drives like crap.
So, yeah, I don't like that. He likes that. That's his jam. Whatever.
Yeah, but you've been driving his car lately.
I know.
Yeah.
Please don't. I'm terrified of the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not I'm just curious about it. I'm not judging anyway. But you go in there, and I would just be real awkward saying, I want badass 69. Can I have that license plate, please?
Well, yes.
Because there's no way I'm just putting something, light on there. If I'm getting a vanity plate, I'm going for it,
It says bend over.
Yeah.
Brian would go in there, ask for something with 69. They'd be like, oh, is this for your son's car? Did he just get his license? No, it's for me.
It's for me, man. You remember the Seinfeld bit, the Ass Man bit.
That's right, I'm the ass man.
But, so 60,000 people have requested vanity plates, but they do get rejected. Probably like that one I did would get rejected. For example, a few of the tops that got rejected in Illinois this year, Jagweed. Did a 12-year-old go in there to get a plate? Jagweed.
What's his last name? And he's like, come on.
Munch got rejected.
Oh.
I guess for obvious reasons, Munch?
Yeah, there's a couple. There's like slang with that. I suppose the way you're probably taking it right now.
Yeah.
A couple things.
Yeah. Bad arse has gotten rejected. That's BADARSE, like bad arse.
Well, that's just us standing our ground as Americans. We don't want European slang on our license plates.
Is that European?
Arse is European.
Get your arse out of here.
Yeah, exactly. That's English, tomfoolery. That
I just thought that was our
Dare
slang.
I say Scottish?
Yeah, it could be Scottish.
Kind of,
you're right.
right?
Yeah, kind of fat bastard from
Kinda
Austin Powers.
Ireland-y.
Yeah.
Hey, bad arse?
Yeah, arse.
I just thought it was just a slang. I didn't know that anyway. So 60,000 and 335 were denied. They say that's some of them there.
That's not bad.
Is it? That's good. That's
Way
a good
to go,
ratio.
Illinois.
Yeah. Weenie got rejected.
So stupid. Do you think Oscar Mayer is like, oh, come on. This makes sense for our car.
Yeah.
This is amazing. Haktua got rejected. So it was H-O-K. They spelled it T-U-A-H.
I
And
want to know if a girl or a guy wanted that.
I know.
It could be free advertising. If it was a lady.
Hey. Trying to find somebody this year. It's her goal in the new year.
She manifested it.
Mm-hmm.
Duck off got rejected. D-U-C-K-O-F-F.
Well, I don't see anything wrong with that. That's stupid.
If I saw that's fun, right? You see that someone driving, that
ducks.
guy's. I would say that's a fun person.
This is some ducks. What's the problem with that?
This to me is the funniest one that got rejected. Thick AF.
That's awesome.
It was THICC-AF.
That's silly. Why would that get rejected?
Oh, it's so good. And the Secretary of State who released these said I had to look that up to understand why it was bad.
Sure he did.
I mean, and again, it's not bad. Thick AF.
Thick AF's not bad.
No, it's a compliment.
Body positive.
You want to see the person driving that car. If you saw thick AF, you'd like speed up
Maybe
to pull
that's
over.
the problem. They're like, no, too many people are going to be looking over and not looking at the road. It's a danger.
Yeah, not good. Other rejected plates, bitchin, B-I-C-H-I-N, axhole, A-X-E-H-O-L-E.
Can I say this to you? Okay. Brian was just spelling some of these out loud to me. And when someone's spelling it to you, you're like, wait a minute, I had to type it out. And he goes, what's A-B-A-D-M-F? A bad move. I'm like, I don't know. And then I type it out and I go, it's a bad MF.
Oh.
He thought it was an acronym. And he goes, what does A-B-A-D-M-F stand for? I'm like, maybe like a badass. I don't know. I was trying to figure it out, and then it's like it's a bad MF, Brian. When I look at it,
yeah, I couldn't. I got the B-A and not the D, so a bad MF.
Okay, so
Got it.
Yeah, there you go.
A bad mother.
If Brian was approving these, he'd be like, "Well, that means nothing." Approved.
All these would have went through with me.
Yeah.
You're right, Kenzie. This is a really tough job. You have to be up on your lingo to
Yeah.
deny these.
They used to hire very young people for this. They're like, no,
Well-
you can't have experienced almost anything.
Okay, do you know what this one means? It got rejected. G-Y-A-T-T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
It's slang for more than one thing, but like a lot of times when you're talking about like a fat ass.
G-Y-A-T-T? How does that translate to big ass?
My God, you sound like, doesn't it sound like he's pronouncing that the security company like AT?
Oh, ADT, Homeland Security.
You buy ATT.
Brian, spell it again for me.
G-Y-A-T-T.
So that's a word.
Gyatt? Gyatt? What is it? Why don't I get that? It's a word?
It's a word.
Go ahead and say it, Keith.
Gyatt.
Now I'm insecure about how I say it.
Go ahead.
Because I would say like gyatt.
Gyatt. Gyatt.
Gyatt. And that
Don't
means.
say it like that. What are you? Are you farming?
What do you mean? That's exactly how you just said it.
No,
Gyatt.
it's not.
How'd you say it?
Gyatt.
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 That's better.
There's
Gyatt.
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 No.
Do you want an Urban Dictionary it, Brian, just to see what it says?
So. Sorry, I didn't know that one.
That's okay. That's
He
okay.
thinks everything is an acronym. Everything. It's unbelievable.
He speaks in code. We just
know.
don't realize it.
Let me see this here.
He spells so much stuff that's just words.
Okay, so gyatt, it means a person, usually a woman, with large and attractive buttocks and sometimes an hourglass figure.
Can I?
I'm going to call somebody a gyatt.
Did you go on Urban Dictionary? Because I'm on Urban Dictionary. It says when anything has a fat ass. That's what it says.
Well, mine said it that way.
Brian, you got the AI search function. You didn't click on a link.
Oh.
Does it show fat asses when I go to the link?
Yeah, it does.
All right. Done and noted.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.